not that nervous. Like, still got a little like, ooh, but all right. If the question comes, I'm gonna be there to answer it. Like, I've already done this too many times to even be too worried about it.
Don't step that way. Here. Don't step that way. Where's the bike going that way? Hey. What's the tap? M.I.S is a hell of a puncher. He's very explosive.
Dangerous hook.
Very dangerous. Everybody know that hook doesn't knock a buffalo out. It's just the truth. It's just the truth.
Yeah.
He probably throw a hook more like mine than anybody seen.
Yeah.
He got that one punch shock on that left hook. Deadly. And then he understands how to throw it. So yeah, that's where he is.
This is a much different version of myself, as you can see in my energy. And, you could see, how taking care of your body, being a real athlete and showing a good example, you're going to see that this fight.
Ryan Garcia polishes his trademark left hook during training, while Roy Jones Jr. improves timing and accuracy before the upcoming Mario Barrios bout.
For this camp, we've been keeping it pretty with the same kind of pattern. We wake up around 8:30, then head to the, strength and conditioning gym. We lift weights, we do, conditioning drills, sprints, all that stuff. Then we take a minor, 10-minute break, and then we head to, boxing.
Today we're here strengthening, conditioning, fine-tuning for the last stretch. Make sure that the body feels right and that we are strong. Keep that pace, keep that pace. 30 seconds. Last 30 seconds. Oh boy.
Roy Jones Jr. shows correct left hook mechanics, emphasizing stability, rhythm, hip turn, and defense stance proper. He highlights a fast, forceful release to increase impact, precision, and protective awareness. Roy Jones Jr. commends Ryan Garcia's destructive left hook and describes him as a powerful striker who owns one of the best hooks in the sport.
He's a hell of a puncher. He's very explosive.
Dangerous hook.
Very dangerous. Everybody know that hook doesn't knock a buffalo out. It's just the truth. It's just the truth.
Yeah.
He probably throw a hook more like mine than anybody seen.
Yeah.
He got that one punch shock on that left hook. Deadly. And then he understands how to throw it. So yeah, that's where he is.
Roy Jones Jr. states that boxing depends on skill and mechanics, not just fitness. A boxer using only endurance might endure early rounds, but real technical ability carries you through the entire fight.
More technique than conditioning. Nowadays, fighters are more into strength and conditioning than technique. How that happened was people started getting lazy with technique. So they would have technique, like you have a lot of guys that would have a technique, but they wouldn't be conditioned. So they come to the ring, they look good for a few rounds, then they die off. The better conditioned guy win the fight. So what started happening was a lot of guys that had technique were getting beat by guys that didn't have the same technique, but had better conditioning. So what happens? Boxing transitioned from a skill sport to a better conditioning sport. So now people forget about technique, but they work on more on condition. Condition becomes...
Ryan Garcia acknowledges he was unfocused before and allowed distractions and nightlife to pull attention away from training.
Suspension, it was much different circumstances. I was coming off a suspension, and during that suspension, I was drinking and partying and doing whatever I want for all the way through until they told me that I had a fight. My instincts told me not to. My body wasn't well, it had a lot of toxins in it, as you can imagine. A lot of stupid shit I did. But when you have a lot of people in your ear and People are telling you can make $5 million, it's an easy fight, and but internally that it's not the right decision, and I didn't trust my heart and didn't trust my instincts, and I paid the price for it.
So you say that you knew that it was not the right thing to do. Was there a moment in training camp or the week of the fight where you thought, man, I really think I might lose?
Oh, every day. Every day.
At present, he says he's committed and driven, supported by the proper team that directs his choices and keeps him responsible.
I'm gonna have to lose 30 pounds, remember how to box, and try to get sharp all in 2 months. And I don't even know how my body's gonna react. And it wasn't reacting. Every 2 days, it would just shut down. Runs didn't feel right. Nothing felt correct as it should. And I'm not blaming anybody. You come to find out, whatever was happening in the Haney fight, it will never be replicated again. You can't do that. I still don't know
That was crazy, yeah.
how I was able to drink and do whatever I wanted and somehow still win. I just wanted to make a mockery of Devin.
Roy Jones Jr. applauds Ryan Garcia, describing him as a gifted boxer whose style creates action and keeps every fight engaging, no matter who stands across from him.
Your head off to that kid because he's one that's out there doing like what I used to do. He's fighting them all. He don't care who they are, where they are. If he get paid for it, he'll fight. And that's a beautiful thing. That is what boxing has been missing. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't care who he fights. It's going to be an interesting fight, and he has a chance to beat anybody.
Chris Algieri says each boxing scenario carries different subtleties, and Ryan Garcia's situation stands out. He argues trainer-fighter chemistry depends more on personality than background. Family partnerships can work, like Robert Garcia and Roy Jones Jr. with their fathers, but strong egos may conflict. He notes Ryan and his father both have dominant traits, creating uncertainty, though matches, like Floyd Mayweather and his uncle, proved alignment brings success overall there.
I think every case is its own, every case is unique, and Ryan is especially unique. Champ, you mentioned the culture versus personality. I think it's much more personality than culture, because we've seen culturally it work with Mexican father-son duos. I mean, we have Robert Garcia here, his father trained him, and Mikey Garcia, it worked. And then you've got, even like Roy Jones versus Floyd Mayweather. Roy Jones's father, butting heads. Floyd and his father butting heads. Uncle worked out great. Roger and Floyd worked out beautifully. But the fathers, they hit heads together. Then you got, even today, you got Naoya Inoue and his father. His father's fantastic. Trains both him and his brother, and to great success. And it seems like doesn't seem like there's much friction there, at least that we've seen. So I don't think it's so much cultural as much as it is personality. And in terms of the personalities, Ryan has a very large personality.
He explains that recently Ryan Garcia has faced issues with discipline, coaching direction, and organized preparation. Chris Algieri says, Ryan frequently trains casually at home with distractions instead of following a steady gym schedule. He believes Ryan's father could steer him back toward the structured system that once worked well. If they align personally and use their shared background, Ryan may return to peak form because proper guidance can change everything again.
Lean back on their history, to which case Ryan could actually perform at a very high level again. In recent form, Ryan has had a lot of trouble with coaching. Listening to what he's going to do, showing up to the gym, he'd rather train. It seems like he's in his living room, wearing sweatpants and whoever's around with influencers. Maybe his father can crack him out of that and get him back to a more traditional training style like we've seen him in the past, when he was on a really good run at some point, at a point a few years ago where he looked like he really could take over, and then things kind of fell off. So possibly the father-son duo this time could work once again, because it has worked in the past.
When you look at this, all we need now is a coach with some experience. Oh, we have Coach Robert Garcia. What's the secret sauce here? Is there one? Is it about knowing when to be dad and when to be coach? Is there a secret here? Is it just, as the guys have pointed out, a matter?
Analysts highlight a tactical weakness in Ryan Garcia that may affect his upcoming bout with Mario Barrios. Though highly skilled and popular, his recent loss raises questions. Critics warn that showmanship and market appeal don't guarantee in-ring strategy, and relying on flair alone could hinder his performance against a strong opponent.
That's Tank Davis, elite-level counterpuncher. That's Luke Campbell, Olympic gold medalist. They're much more talented fighters than Mario Barrios. But then I take you to his most recent outing, and, he lost this fight. It's the reason people are like, how on earth does he have a world title shot in his next fight? Well, that's what being good-looking and a massive commercial pool does for you. But I take you to the Rolly Romero fight, and Romero is okay, but he's not an elite level fighter in my opinion, but he was someone who had sparred a lot of rounds with Ryan Garcia and understood Ryan Garcia as a fighter. And again, he shows you the way here with effective counterpunching and isolating those weaknesses of Ryan Garcia. So what you'll see here in the Romero fight, and what I really like about Rolly here, is that he's not afraid of Ryan Garcia rushing him. And Ryan Garcia wants to do what Ryan Garcia does. Those things we explained before. He likes to press the action. And it's early in the fight. And this made him so apprehensive for the rest of the fight that he lost. As you can see, Ryan Garcia, he steps into the fight here. And even though Ryan Garcia is right in front of him, Rolly knows Ryan's probably looking for that lead.
Examining. His fight with Roy Romero highlights this concern. Although Romero wasn't top tier, his extensive sparring with Ryan Garcia gave him insight into Ryan's patterns. He countered effectively, exposing gaps in Garcia's style. Ryan's forward-pressing, aggressive approach played into Romero's plan. Early pressure met tight defense and precise counters, making Ryan cautious later. Romero's disciplined stance, strong guard, and solid footwork neutralized Ryan's lead hook, showing that without strategy and adaptability, his natural aggression could be exploited, a risk against opponents like Mario Barrios.
Well, that culminated in the Romero fight because Ryan Garcia was expected to beat Rolly Romero. He's not seen as being the best operator out there, Rolly Romero. And I guess it shows you that a fighter who's not even top level can exploit Ryan Garcia with the right game plan. So can Mario Barrios do it? And what can Ryan Garcia do about it? Can he change? Can he fix these problems? Well, even though I don't think he's particularly consistent with his counter-punching Barrios, he has shown in moments he can do it. And so if Ryan Garcia remains the same, I think there's a chance he can execute this. I'll show you in this fight here against Akhmedov, when Barrios was down at super lightweight. Watch here. So he steps in with the jab, which misses. Akhmedov then returns with his own backhand, which Barrios pulls back from. And then in that moment, you can see his right hand here is away from his chin, a la Ryan Garcia, I suppose you could say. Barrios catches him with a counter left hook, which is the exact position that Ryan Garcia has been a little bit weakened, and he touches down there, Akhmedov. Against Ugas, we see him land a nice counter jab here as Ugas fires his jab, he catches it, throws his own.
Tim Bradley analyzes the upcoming clash between Ryan Garcia and Mario Barrios, highlighting crucial factors that may decide the fight. He points out that Barrios' coach, Gusin, offers a key advantage, having studied Ryan's habits and weaknesses. Bradley notes Barrios is versatile. While not dominant in one area, he excels in counter-punching, fighting off the back foot, slipping shots, and combining defense with rapid counters to challenge Garcia effectively.
Things I want to start off with, the coach, Gusin's in Barrios' corner. That's going to be interesting in the sense that fact that Gusin knows Ryan Garcia. He knows his Achilles heel, man. He knows it. And, Gusin knows he has a horse that is not only tough, but he's well-rounded. Mario Barrios can fight a little bit, fight off the back foot a little bit. He can do a little bit of everything. Counter punch, slip counters, blocking shoots, catching shoots. Like he got a bag. He does. He's average in every single department. Got a really good jab, a hell of a right hand, man. That right hand is going to be money for him in this fight. I would also say the left hook, to be honest with you. I think one of the most ironic things about Ryan Garcia is you never want to hook with a hooker, but as I follow the evolution of him.
He has a strong jab, a heavy right hand, and a dependable left hook, keeping him dangerous throughout the bout. Tim Bradley highlights the risk of Mario Barrios landing his left hook on Ryan Garcia. Although Ryan's left hook is effective, he remains vulnerable to skilled opponents. Bradley cites fighters like Haney and Oscar De La Hoya, who excelled offensively but struggled defensively, emphasizing the need for awareness, adaptation, and strong defense in this competitive matchup.
Buzzed by the left hook. Barrios isn't a bad puncher. He's a pretty good, solid puncher. But the left hook is dangerous to punch with Ryan Garcia with the left hook. However, I've seen Haney do it. I don't know, for some apparent reason, guys that know how to throw that left hook, they sucker for left hooks themselves. I remember De La Hoya being a sucker for the left hook as well. They really good at landing their left hook, but shit, they don't do well with taking one in return. But the punch for Barrios is the right hand, and he will have opportunities to land it on Ryan Garcia, because Ryan, he shoots his jab and he brings his hand back low, and then he stands up tall as well, so he's always having his chin straight up in the air, and most of the times he'll flick the jab out there or shoot the jab out there, and then he looks to get out of range.
Don't miss a single insight on Ryan Garcia's journey to face Mario Barrios. Stay tuned, hit like, subscribe for updates, and drop your thoughts in the comments below. What's your prediction for this epic showdown?